Hi again everyone and welcome to another episode of Beards and Board Games with me, Georgie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Chez Geek. Chez Geek was released in 1999, won Best Traditional Card Game of the Year at Origins. Pretty big award really. Hasn't really done anything since. Won one award in 2006. Has had a bunch of expansions and you don't really hear much from it. The game itself plays from 2 to 5 player. You're supposed to be a bunch of geeks staying in a bachelor pad trying to slack off more than anyone else. Sounds awesome. I mean, you want to do nothing while everyone else goes out and works. Sounds like a great game. Let's go and have a look at Chez Geek.
So guys, I thought I would start off by just showing you the character cards from the game. This one is the professional research subject. You'll see he has a free time of 2, income of 2/4 and a slack goal of 17. Also the special power of the professional research subject may not have any weed, shrooms or booze cards. So obviously he has to stay clean for all the other research that he's doing for those drug companies. I'll explain quickly what free time is. Free time is the amount of actions you can essentially do on your turn. So free time could be spent on either what's a good example of free time? Let me try and think. So you can go shopping counts as 1 free time. And you can buy as much cards out of your hand as you have, and you can buy as much cards out of your hand as you can afford. You can only have a maximum of 5 cards in your hand, and also activities like getting a tattoo, sleeping, concert, going to see a summer movie, playing computer games, getting a back rub, just things like that. Anything that sort of involves slacking off is what you can be spent in your free time. Now you notice on his income it says a 2 to 4. The reason it says that is because you will need a 6-sided dice in the game. So if it says, well, that's 2/4, so I rolled a 1 in instance. If you roll a 1, 2 or 3, you get the lower one. If you roll a 4, 5 or 6, you get the higher one. So in that instance I would only get 2 to spend. And a slack goal of 17. And you get a slack goal by playing certain cards or shopping for certain cards, and it'll tell you exactly on the card how much slack goals you get. Speaking of which, let's go and have a quick look at those cards now. Okay, so here's a small portion of the normal deck that you would draw from. As I said, you would always have to draw up to 5 cards as part of your play, because on your play the first thing you would do is draw, then you would roll if you have anything to roll, then you would call people if there is anyone to call, which I'll explain once I see one of those cards. So we'll just say, for example, I had these 5 cards in my hand. Wow, okay, so that's a bit random. So I just had 3 shopping items and 2 whenever cards. There's not really anything I could do as activities that way. I'll just go through some of the cards with these anyway, guys. I'll explain some. So whenever cards are cards as you can expect it, as you would expect, can be played whenever. So this one cancels sleep. So if somebody plays a sleep card, you can cancel it. Dumpster diving. You may pick any card from the discard pile, show it to the other players, and put it in your hand. So that's another whenever card. And then these are some shopping cards here. So that's some ramen noodles. It's worth 1 slack and costs you 1. Remember, going shopping as a whole would just cost you 1 free time. So you could buy that, and that all in 1 free time for shopping, but that would cost you 1. That cost you 2. That would cost you 1. So that would be 4 overall. But for those 4 you would gain 4 slack points, so that's quite good. Also I couldn't do that clearly because this is some booze card. There's a cigarette card, and if I had that character that I showed you previously I wouldn't be able to use it. Let's go and see what other cards it is. There's another one, dude I'm broke, so play on another player. Your next income is raised by 1. Here's a person card, so you can call people as the third part of your turn before you start spending your free time. This is Can't Handle It Guy. He will only enter a room containing either a booze card or a weed card. Can't Handle It Guy reduces the slack of all booze and weed in the room to 0. So, it's still there, it doesn't take it away, but just reduce it to 0. So, when you're to call someone, you basically need to announce on your, so you would draw, then you would roll if you need to roll for anything. Then your third thing you would do is announce that you were going to call somebody. You would then announce where you want to call them to, as in whose room you want to call them to. And then you would roll the dice, because you need to roll the dice to call people. So on a roll of a 1 to 2, the person isn't in and is not available. On a roll from a 3 to 6, you call them and you put them successfully in that person's room, and they can get rid of them on their turn as part of their roll phase. And to get rid of somebody, I believe you need to, yeah, on a 1 to 3, if you on your roll phase, on a 1 to 3, the person would hang around, so he would still be in my room if he played on me, and on a 4 to 6, he would leave your room and then you could go and put him in somebody else's room, if it stipulates sort of on the card or whatever. But that's really all the cards can play. Said you get a maximum of 5 cards in your hand. The cards as such, there's an activity card there, so it doesn't cost anything to do this, but will cost you 1 of your free time, but gains you 1 slack, and is also worth 2 slack if played while living significant other is in your room, even if significant other eventually leaves. So there you go, there's your living significant other there. So as you can see, the artwork is really quite good. It's quite cartoony, it's quite funny, not taking itself too seriously or anything like that. That is essentially the game. I guess I should go through a couple more of the character cards, because I didn't really show you any of those. I only showed you the one, the professional research subject. And there's also a drummer. He's got a slack goal of 17, free time of 2 to 3, again depending on the dice, income of 1, doesn't earn that much. Slacker has a free time of 3, income of 1, slack goal of 16. A temp, the campus job, the wait staff, the web designer, tech support, and I'm sure there should be another one there. Must have got it mixed up, my bad. And a corporate drone. So that's all the character cards there, guys.
So guys, what did I think of Chez Geek overall? I think it's a great game. It's the artwork's fun, the mechanics are fun, but it's not to be taken too seriously. It is just, it's a game that I play certainly for a laugh and not just for a challenge or anything to be competitive or anything like that. You certainly don't get up in anyone's face or up in anyone's grill. It's a light card game, and it is fun. Couple of downsides. If you need a dice, give us a dice. If you need some sort of tokens or markers to mark if the card's worth more than 1 slack point, give us the tokens. Just really frustrates me. It's done by a big games publishing company, and they don't give you the equipment you need to play the game. Very frustrating. Other than that, really like the game. Would recommend it to anyone who likes Munchkin or anything like that. Even though that came out before it, but I would recommend it to anyone who likes it. Other than that, you've been watching another episode of Beards and Board Games with me, Georgie. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below. Catch you guys later.